All right, everyone. We will get started with this very exciting BrainX Community Live session for June 2025. We have some excellent speakers, a very exciting theme, and we have a great group of participants over here too. So for those of you, and I see many of you who are joining us for the first time, let me just walk you through BrainX Community, which we formed a few years ago. It's actually 7+ years now. We have a 7,000+ member community, a very active LinkedIn group with more than 3,500 members now, a whole host of content that is available to you through our website. And we do these live sessions so that we have the opportunity to learn from each other and to foster collaboration. So if you go to our homepage, you'll find a listing of whole host of content. It gives you most of the up-to-date news, whether it is about a journal article, whether it is about an upcoming conference. You can stay up to date over there. So please join us and sign up so that you can get this information. We have our Connect segment, which is what we are doing over here, where we invite speakers who have done something substantial, a scientific publication, or developed something. Today, it's about a platform approach to AI education delivery for healthcare professionals. We do these segments, and cool thing is, even if you miss it, you can watch it on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to that so that you can get it as soon as the recording is posted over there. As I mentioned, we have a very active LinkedIn group. We share a lot of scientific information over there, the publications, and from some of the thought leaders, their viewpoints. So please join that so that you can stay up to date. We have our Learn segment where we provide you with a curated list of links to publications. You can filter it by the specialty of your choice, and you can look through those. These are some that we handpick and curate. Now, everybody is looking for data, because if you want to develop an AI model or validate it or something, you want access to data. So we provide you the largest repository of links to open source data sets so that you can use them for your AI model development or validation or research. We have a podcast series where we feature some of the experts, meetings and conferences that you want to go to. You can find them over here so that you can connect with your peers. Some of the other resources like books, validation algorithms, and all we provide through BrainX Community too. But this particular segment, or today's edition, is specifically about continuous learning platforms. And I met Avneesh a long time ago, or a few years ago, I should say, when we were both in different stages of our AI journey. And we had participated in some of the meetings which happen on an annual basis. But the reason why BrainX Community was started was because we wanted to bring in continuity for learning AI, especially for healthcare. And that's very important because you will have these episodic meetings, but after that, you will go back and you'll say, like, okay, now what? How do I stay updated? How do I learn more? How do I get to the next level? And that's where I believe some of the work that Amit, Avneesh, and many others have done with Dr. AI and this, which we'll share today, will be very, very meaningful and helpful to everyone. And that's where I welcome Dr. Avneesh Khare, Dr. Amit Kumar Dey, Dr. S.V. Kulkarni, Dr. Ashlesha Tawde-Kelkar to take it from here. So, Avneesh, I'm going to give it to you and take it away.
Thank you, Piyush. It's always nice to be on BrainX Live. And for those who don't know me, I am Dr. Avneesh. I'm from India, and I am sort of the link between BrainX and DoctorsAI. I am bridging medicine and engineering, as well as I am bridging BrainX and DoctorsAI, as well as many other communities. So with that, let us get started for this very exciting BrainX Live. I have my speakers here. I'll just share my screen. So before sharing my screen, let me give a short introduction about the three speakers. We have Dr. Amit Kumar Dey with us. He is a diabetologist from Kolkata, India, and he is an avid AI learner enthusiast, and he is actually the main driving force behind the Doctors AI idea. And this started as a WhatsApp community, and then we grew into continuous learning platform, as Piyush said. And over the time, now we have started our academic wing of DoctorsAI, which is called the Indian College of AI in Medicine. And we have Professor S.V. Kulkarni, sir, who is the first dean of the college. And we also have with us Dr. Ashlesha Tawde-Kelkar. So she is a public health professional and she is a teaching faculty in Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, and she is our first secretary of the college. And Kulkarni sir has a huge experience. He is a very senior physician, and he is one of the pioneers of digital health and kind of this technology thing in medicine. And today we'll hear thoughts from all three of them. I'll be moderating because, as I said, I'm the link between BrainX and DoctorsAI. So with that, I'll share my screen and we'll get started. So I hope you can see my screen now. So
Yes,
this is where it all started a few months back, I would say. This is a paper which we came out with, me, Piyush, and team from BrainX. This is called Navigating AI, and you can scan this QR code to access it. And why this paper came out is because a lot of people were asking us, our medical professional, how to get started with AI in healthcare. And we saw this as a opportunity, as an opportunity to share whatever we know about the pathway to get started. And we defined goals, like 3 kinds of goals, because there are different learners at different stages. So they might have different goals. Depending on that, they might have a different roadmap, and then how to map those resources to their learning journey. And finally, we also gave them a tip of how to measure success along with a checklist. So this was something which was like very helpful, and I got a lot of feedback from my peer groups that this was very helpful for many of the medical professionals to get started about AI in healthcare. And we also did a BrainX live on the same. We had a very nice panel on it, all AI learners and educators. So this you can scan the recording here as well as on the connect section. So with that background, let me get started on today's BrainX live about the DoctorsAI and Indian College of AI in Medicine, but on a broader level, like how to get started and what are the correct ways and what is there to gain from continuous learning platforms like DoctorsAI and Indian College of AI in Medicine. I again welcome all my 3 speakers, and I would like to pose questions as we move. And on that question, maybe one of you can start, and then we can have thoughts from others as well. And towards the end, we'll have a Q&A from our audience. So as you all know that we many times we have doubt being in medical profession that everything that we do needs a degree, or we need a certification, or we need some kind of a credential to get started with. So this first section of our talk I would like to demystify this for everyone, and I would like to know the thoughts of our panel. I feel that I think curiosity to learn something new and ability to take action, even if it is imperfect, I think that is the key to getting started with anything new, including AI in healthcare. And nowadays, there are simple starting points. When I started learning in 2019, when I met Piyush, not many platforms were there out there. There were not many courses, and you had to do them to know what is good, what is not. And Piyush was kind enough to mentor me and guide me. So my learning journey was accelerated a bit, but then all of us are not so fortunate. But nowadays, we have platforms like DoctorsAI, Indian College of AI in Medicine, BrainX Community has grown to a big platform. We have many other communities like this, all led by physicians of almost. So they have their skin in the game. So this is the difference that has been created. So now I would like to bring in my 3 panelists, and I would like to pose this question to Professor Kulkarni sir. Let me start with him. He's the most senior-most physician here on the panel. Sir, what would you recommend as the simplest first step for a medical professional curious about AI but unsure where to start? So what are your thoughts on this?
Thank you, Avneesh. Thank you, BrainX, for this wonderful opportunity. And we have already crossed 40 people on the webinar. I'm really happy. Already a silver jubilee has made. First thing is, there should not be scare about AI, because it is non-intimidating. You don't require any programming language. Now, when somebody, a senior as me, It is speaking me my language as Spanish.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah,
the
we can hear you.
power of AI. And
Yeah, yeah,
recently
we
been to
can hear
South
you. Please
America,
go on.
and I might have picked up that tone.
Yeah.
So some of the people who are senior enough, they tell no, they have to read, you have to master some language like Anaconda or Python by name something very queer. Then we have to tell them that you don't need any programming language knowledge to talk or practice about AI. So what was one in our mind, our group's mind, DoctorsAI and Indian College of Artificial Intelligence Medicine, that start a very short introducing course that we call it as a Doctors AI Primer or Indian College of uh, Artificial Intelligence Medicine Primer, in which we have a 2 or 3 speaker. And Peter and Piyush, believe in me, we go with a preparation of 120 minutes and the courses go for 300 minutes or more. And all the auditoriums are packed. We had the same experience in Delhi. I had the same experience in Mauritius also. So we have to tell them in very simple language. That is most important, not to complicate. And we have to show them 2, 3 real world cases. So what are the 2, 3 real world cases which we tell? For example, interpretation of chest CT, HRCT chest during COVID time. How it took only 1 or 2 minutes to tell you the score and the severity. That was through the pattern recognition. Now we work in part of India where it is a mixture of rural and urban community. So if I got a 12 lead ECG, which has got some AI extension or it is AI enabled, I can pick up the ST segment elevation very early than the conventional ECG. So this, if I tell them that these are the practical steps, they are really very happy. What I tell them that you should join some group either on WhatsApp or on there are on internet. There are many groups in which there is just type AI in medicine in India, you will get the things and reflect it in your own practice. How I reflect in my own practice? First, by adopting either a good EHR or keeping all my data in some standard format, Excel, where it can be extracted and it can be evaluated for the biostatistics. People will not believe that you don't need a biostatistician if you want to do a research paper. AI is there to help you in that. Then whenever my patients are there in front of me with a 24 pages or 36 pages report, I don't look at those reports. I tell them to send it in my PDF form to the mail, and from that I put into the any AI agent which I have got, and I tell them that how this has analyzed your report so fast and so nice. So like seeing is believing, practicing is believing, and there is a certain terminology called as a rabbit hole. So don't add rabbit holes in the technical rabbit holes in the beginning. So please encourage them. Please encourage them to know what AI can do, how it helps, and what it doesn't do. I am a medical college professor. There are people from other departments. They come with me a Word file and say that, sir, make a paper out of this. It is not possible. Unless you are clear with whatever are the things with you, these are the things in which AI will help, and this is the thing in which AI will not help. So this is
Definitely.
what
Yeah.
from my side that we have to use it early, we have to use it safely, we have to use it effectively, and we have to use it ethically. Thank you,
Definitely,
Avneesh.
sir. Yeah, those are great points, sir. I think you should look for learning where you can have a contextualized learning from people who are actually using AI, and then you should maybe be part of some kind of a community, maybe a WhatsApp group or a LinkedIn community, and also you should be ready to practice or get your hands dirty. So those were great points, Dr. Amit. Are you there with us? So, okay, if Dr. Amit, he's still on the way maybe. So, Dr. Ashlesha, would you like to add anything, any pointers to this, what Dr. Kulkarni sir said?
Thank you, Avneesh. And yes, it was, and also Piyush for inviting on this panel. It is really such a timely panel discussion here. And the simplest first steps, like Sir has already mentioned few of the very basics of it. And then to add to it, some of the examples I can relate to my own journey, where I, being a public health professional, looked at AI for the first time as one of the tools to work through large data, etc., and get some of the insights from that and make it fast and make it quick and more meaningful. So I started with very simple, short courses, which were online courses, free courses. They are on WHO, Open WHO, that is. So they are free courses, AI for healthcare practitioners by Stanford. We have so many learning management systems on which you have these online structured courses, which the AI, so practitioners who are interested in learning about AI should start with, so that there is basic from something that is known to go to something that is unknown, something that is new. So these structured courses on Coursera or some other University of Helsinki, etc., we should be, investing some time, and not much of the time, but only 4 to 6 hours maybe in a week, and then gain that, let's say, competency as well as confidence through these short courses. And like Sir just mentioned about the primer, so in Doctors AI and at the college, Indian College of AI and Medicine, we have that primer concept where the knowledge or prior knowledge or understanding of AI is not mandatory. So all that, the jargon, the technical jargon, and all that is demystified through this primer. And we use some of the real world clinical scenarios to illustrate how AI is already impacting our professions in healthcare. Now, these primers, they do not require anything additional, but they just simply enhance the existing curiosity as well as add some of the tool sets to the healthcare professionals. So I think to start with these small courses and primers, and to go to the next level, getting a group of your own where similar interest level people are around you, to share that knowledge or to ask questions. So creating a community or joining a community is very, very important when it comes to starting something, starting somewhere. And that is how I myself gained interest as well as, basic knowledge of AI. And I started actually practicing it in my day-to-day practice.
So definitely, those are great insights, Dr. Ashlesha, and we'll be talking about these in our panel as we move on. So one thing which you mentioned is that having a tiered learning kind of a pathway. So you go to a basic kind of a learning, basic course. There are a lot of options available out there, and of course, considering Professor S.V. Kulkarni sir's advice that don't fall into a rabbit hole of courses, because what happens is you do a course and then you do another course and then you keep doing that course, which is keeping on repeating the same thing. So that should not happen, because that is a very comfortable actually place, and I have been guilty of doing that myself in the initial days. I used to do each and every course that is available out there and almost gain nothing out of the next course. So it is something like a law of marginal utility that kicks in after you do one or two courses. But then the learning should grow with you, and you should move out of that kind of a environment of simplified learning to kind of an advanced form of applied learning. And of course, it depends on your learning goals. So different doctors have different learning goals. They have different starting points. Some are already experts. I know some people who know coding languages already. Some people are totally new to coding. So I have been talking to a lot of people of all backgrounds. But what I feel is that there should be a supportive pathway for each and every medical professional out there. And this is, I think, we all believe in DoctorsAI and Indian College of AI in Medicine, and also beyond this organization. So my question on my mind is like, how can we build a pathway that supports all of them? So I would like to ask you again, Dr. Ashlesha, that how does the structure of DoctorsAI and ICAIM ecosystem, you mentioned like the WhatsApp community, you mentioned the primer, you mentioned the course, but like if you could explain it in a tiered manner, like from learners at different levels, for learners at different levels, from beginners to those who are ready for hands-on research-based engagement. So what are the different kind of offerings at DoctorsAI and ICIM available for people of different background and different starting points? So would you elaborate a bit more on that?
Right. Thank you, Avneesh, again for this, this question. I will just briefly, and then Sir can also, Dr. Kulkarni Sir can also add to this. So I would put it in a very simple format. We have beginners for AI, intermediate learners, and advanced learners, and researchers. And today we are in such a scenario or such an ecosystem where some of the doctors, like you mentioned, they already are coders and they are pretty much advanced. As there is no defined pathway right now for healthcare professionals, we are at different stages in learning AI in healthcare. So for beginners, we at DoctorsAI and Indian College, we have the AI primer, like I mentioned to you, which is basically introductory resource, breaking down complex concepts into, let's say, digestible modules, and, offering examples of daily clinical care, clinical practice, etc. Followed by that comes our peer learning, or let's say a step higher or intermediate would be our journal club, DoctorsAI Journal Club. It's a very strong and very active group. It is a collaborative environment where practitioners as well as students come together. The participants use AI tools. And then they analyze, they go through the research, articles, then methodologies, etc. And these findings are discussed in an open forum. So there is nobody who knows everything, or nobody who has, who is a beginner or knows nothing. It's an open forum, an open platform where we come up with these discussions, and this fosters a very high, higher order thinking and appraisal skills, let's say, even for those without any technical background. So even though there is jargon, we have professors like Dr. Kulkarni sir, who has been there and who is not just in technical AI, but as a teacher, he has seen these years. So that kind of advantage for a step higher. And then further, when we advance, we have something like, we have seen DoctorsAI Global Summit. So those who are very interested, and those who are, into research, and even those who have started with a, like you said, learning goal, for them, we have advanced opportunity, which is Global Summit, which is the certificate course on artificial intelligence, and the college itself. So we have created a pathway right from the beginning to reaching the advanced level, and then going further for the research as well. So that is how I picture this, or I look at this. So I'm sure Sir would like to add to this.
Yeah, so I'll go to Sir on the next CCIM highlight, because he is a faculty there as well. But I would like to reiterate what you said. You said, you explained very nicely that a person, maybe he or she enters right from the primer, maybe they get primed, so that is the name, primer, and then they enter our community WhatsApp group, peer learning, where there's a journal club group as well, and then they come, they present journal club, they participate in it, they learn, and then maybe they take a certificate course on AI in medicine, which we'll discuss next. And once they have this foundational understanding, they maybe participate in global summit event, like a global summit, and this time we are going to have it in person, so we have some workshops as well, hands-on workshops. Last time it was virtual, so I think this is a very good pathway for someone who is completely new to AI. While on the other hand, who already has experience or has the basic knowledge, they can maybe enter right into the research side of Indian College of AI in Medicine, involved in some projects. We already have a project started, which is in pediatrics baby cry analysis. So maybe we can take some details later on in the panel. I think this is what I'm trying to do. Maybe it's still not like very much structured, or it's not like the only way to go or validated way to go about it. But I think the tiered approach, medical professionals are finding it helpful. I'll move to Kulkarni sir again. I'll maybe ask him to elaborate a bit, but let me just give a background. So we have a course called Certificate Course on Artificial Intelligence in Medicine, which is started in collaboration with Neotia Skill Development Academy. And a unique thing about this course is that this is recognized by the Healthcare Sector Skill Council, which is an affiliated body under the Ministry of Skill Development in Government of India. So this is something which gives you not only knowledge, but it gives you kind of a credential to be calling yourself upskilled medical professional in AI. So there's a structured clinical learning. There's a complete 42 hours of learning with different modules across different topics, and this helps you to move beyond the curiosity. So you can always take part in the primer, you can be part of the community WhatsApp group, you can be active, but then if you want to go beyond that level and want to get into the hands-on side of things, so we have some modules on hands-on agent development using N8N, make.com, so all those practical stuff as well. And also we have modules on data analysis using no-code tools like Orange, so that helps you go beyond that. So with that background, I can see that Dr. Amit has also joined us. Maybe I'll ask Dr. Amit ICAIM and how is.
Avneesh, your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
We lost your audio, Avneesh.
Avneesh, some problem with your audio. Okay, I take over. I take over from Avneesh. And
Well, now?
before,
Yes.
Yeah.
before
So I was saying
answering-
that, yeah. Okay. So Kulkarni sir, maybe you can give us some more idea about this
Yes.
course, and then Dr. Amit can maybe add to it, like what is the vision and what are the next steps after this course.
Avneesh, the really very practical inputs. Whenever I am asked at any institute, any medical college about, will you like to teach us AI? I tell them AI cannot be taught. It has to be learned, and it has to be learned step by step. And my simple formula, if you want to master in AI, is you learn one tool, you do one practice on it, teach one person, teach a group of people, teach a class of students. You become master out of it. And whenever people ask that how I can prepare a paper out of AI, or how I can prepare a study out of AI, I always tell them that it is like construction of a building. So what building needs? First of all, building needs a foundation. Then there are structured things like what we do, me and Amit are going to explain you about the structured learning modules. But then you can have hands-on workshops. Then you can have some activity like hackathon. Please have some research and scholarly engagement of the students, of the staff. As I told you, age is not a bar. So sometimes a student can surpass a teacher. We need a community and mentorship support, and of course, some infrastructure support and digital tools which are to be offered to the students. If my doctor friends, I am really very happy to see that we have almost crossed 50 in this webinar. Many of them are my friends, physician friends from Navi Mumbai and Konkan area. they ask me only one question: what is the advantage of this course? इससे फायदा क्या है? This is a typical Indian phrase we use, and I tell them that it will make a sea change in you, and most important, it will increase your serum confidence level. So everybody likes about it, and they definitely adopt for it. I mean, before I going into the details of the structure of the course and other things, will you like to speak for the beginning, please?
But I would love to take the back seat here. And Piyush, it's so good to see you, Harvey, and of course Avneesh. I just want to add one intermediate point to this whole discussion, and pardon me for joining in between and then going off and coming back because I was traveling. And Piyush and myself will kind of, and Avneesh also will kind of agree on this thought, is that, when we start with a thought, it's just us and we brew the thought in our mind. But then when you see your peer groups around you speaking in that same wavelength and in that same echo, you start realizing that somewhere the thought, that seed of thought that has been started is now built into a community. I really thank Piyush for doing this today. And I was watching the zeal and enthusiasm with which Dr. Kulkarni sir was speaking, Dr. Ashlesha was speaking. And it really makes me very happy that today we are a big community. We are a community with a purpose, whether we are at BrainX, whether we are at DoctorsAI, whether we are at the Indian College of Artificial Intelligence in Medicine. The purpose is that we are here to look beyond the conventional medicine. We are here to look beyond the data, look at the information, look at the intelligence. Something that Piyush, myself, Avneesh, our other friends, Harvey, Anthony has been always speaking about. When we see so many people talking about this in the same wavelength, I think it's really here to make a difference. But I will again hand this back over to Kulkarni sir, because I'm enjoying my coffee and I would love to hear about the course as the course director from sir, because he's been an inspiration to many of us in the community of how to go about with teaching. So I think the Dean of the Indian College of Artificial Intelligence in Medicine is no better than a person to tell about this course. So over to you. Please go ahead.
So, sir, before sir takes over, sir, I want your inputs on this point, that what kind of transformation have you personally seen in medical
Yes.
professionals after completing the course? Because we have already done our first cohort and now we have
Yes.
started the second batch. So what
Yeah.
kind of real world transformation have you seen, and who is this course best suited for? So these 2 points
Yeah.
I would like your inputs on, in addition to
Yes.
other thoughts as well.
Perfect. See, I put my second course is a confluence of clinical acumen. All the doctors have got a fantastic clinical acumen, and I want to combine with the digital expertise, and in parallel with the technology explosion, the way with the fastness of the internet, the amount of data which can be downloaded so fast, and in this situation, what are the transformational things which I have observed is there is a change in mind shift from resistance to curiosity and adaptation. Any medical college, any medicine department I go, I said, no, we don't want AI. We don't want any AI course. But that resistance has changed. There is an improved clinical tech communication. People are taking more videos. They are taking many images for their quizzes and other things. They are using existing AI tools in a better way, like ChatGPT. They are maybe using it free or paid, but they are using it fantastically. And what is the ultimate thing? It is the initiation into research and innovation. That is what exactly ICAIM wants. We want to translate whatever the activities are there. Like Amit says, there are many peer groups. They are either syncing or non-syncing. There is too much of overlap. There is a burden of overburden of information. But we want to streamline that together and initiate into research and innovation. And when I'm talking of research and innovation, I can't forget teaching and curriculum. We must force the university authorities. Ashlesha is the right person to do so. That AI tools or AI integration should be part of education. Now, the second part of your question, Avneesh, who is best suited for us? Catch them young is the first phase. But at the same time, For non-Hindi speakers, it may not be, it may not strike them, but जवानी का जोश और बुढ़ापे का होश दोनों साथ में होना चाहिए. You should have combination of seniors as well as juniors into it. Young people have got a liking and they learn it very fast. We must take care of medical educators and the administrators and also the doctors who are working in a semi-rural urban area, the government service. They are into a sort of a steel frame. They don't want to change their steel of work. But if we tell them that with this application, your things are going to change, your job is going to be very good, and you are going, it is going to be fast. You can analyze the data in a fantastic way. They are going to be happy. The last question is, what is the use? Is it useful? क्या फायदा है? Number one, it enhances your decisions, clinical decision making, CDC, clinical decision support system, reduces burnout. I can give more time for my family. It will definitely help you to empower ethical and safe use of AI, and whatever the newer models are going to come. Even if I get a ECG machine, I was talking to some of the top people in BPL last week. They said that now all the ordinary ECGs are going to be obsolete. The ECG machine which they are going to come, they are going to be AI powered. If you put the proper history, if you put the proper vitals, and then with the tracings, whatever it correlates, it will give a good value. And it builds a national network of AI-aware clinicians. Here, I want to change the word. I don't want to remain at national level. I want to bring an international level of network of AI-aware clinicians who are going to spread the word and going to spread the news. My very simple attempt of doing the same thing in Mauritius was very nicely taken, and I think we can do still more physical or digital. Thank you. That is what I wanted to add.
Those are great thoughts, sir. And what Dr. Kulkarni was mentioning about Mauritius is he conducted a primer at Mauritius, AI primer, and it had a huge turnout and very good feedback. And now they will be initiated to having more AI courses in their medical college in such a small island as well. So means this is the change that is coming, and this is the transformation that we are looking for. And most important for me, because I am also a faculty on this course, so I see that it shifts people from like a gut based to a gut feeling based to a data based mindset, which is the most important. They start valuing data and its collection, its curation, and its analysis. So I think that is the best thing that is happening for healthcare at the moment. So a few words about this point, because I see a lot of comments from both Dr. Kulkarni sir and Dr. Ashlesha, and even Dr. Amit mentioned that it's all about the peers, right? The power of peer learning cannot be like underestimated, because it's always better to learn together than learning alone. That is how we all medical professionals are structured, hardwired, I would say, from day one of medical school. And that is why we always have something called continuing medical education, because that gives us an opportunity to do peer enhanced learning. We have some social engagement around it, and it helps build our confidence, because when we see others doing the same thing, we also realize that, okay, this can be done, and I can also do that. So I would like one very short comment from Dr. Ashlesha on this, that you have been part of our WhatsApp groups, the WhatsApp community, and you will agree with me that it's like very active, and a lot of information is being shared, and many people are even building their tools and sharing how they've built it, and they're taking feedback about it. So how, in your view, have these peer spaces like WhatsApp groups, they have helped learners? I guess first of all you should tell us that whether they have helped or not, and if they have helped the learners, then in what way to stay engaged or build confidence. Have you had talks with some of the members about this thing? And do other people ask you, like, what is DoctorsAI WhatsApp group?
Yes, super. Avneesh, thank you so much for that question. In short, I tell you, peer learning is something which is the best and the most interesting and vibrant part of Doctors AI and in College of AI Medicine. So engagement, so you have a lot of engagement. You have competency and confidence, like I just mentioned. But in short, if I can tell you that there is continuous support, there is community building, and then there is sustained engagement and confidence boost. And to give you a little bit insight of it is, we have, learners are exposed to something like a bite size update at every time. Here we are talking about not just the students, but also healthcare professionals who are in busy practice. So at a given point of time, they probably do not have an entire hour or maybe even 20 minutes at a stretch. So for them, it becomes really such a great input and update, with the continuous micro learning, what we can say. Of course, there is peer-to-peer clarification. So I have seen many, during our in our peer learning groups, or our community. It's not me, or it's not our faculty who's solving doubts or something like that. It is not one way. So it is peer-to-peer clarification is existing. There is a lot of conversation that is happening, which basically gives a safe space for sharing, doubt clearing, and also learning through that. Like we know that teaching or talking or like learning, the best way to learn is to teach somebody. So I mean, that happens through that peer conversation or a peer group. And then of course, when we are going into a new field, the sense of a community strengthens our boosts our confidence. So that is something which is again extremely important, and that is given or provided through our groups. And I'm sure BrainX is one of the very strong community, and that provides the same kind of support. And then of course there is wherever there is a publication, wherever there is a success, there is a progress, it is again celebrated, and we feel that sense of achievement. And so that again gives us a boost as a community and as individual to go ahead in the field of AI. So it is very, very important, where we celebrate our smallest of the learnings or smallest of the achievements. That is something that the peer learning gives us. And again, of course, the expert to novice gap is filled with the experts in the community, and they are accessible, let me tell you, at any point of time. So like I mentioned to you, we each of us are at different stages in learning AI in medicine. So there is this very good connect between the experts and the young learners, let me say, young in the field of AI. Right, so that becomes another benefit. And of course, timely updates and resources which are there. So all in all, it becomes a diverse kind of environment. It is inspirational, and it's very, very supportive. So this let me tell you, the peer spaces are extremely crucial when it comes to AI learning, because the field is evolving every minute. So I think that is that's the importance, that's the criticality of these spaces.
Yeah. Those are great points, Dr. Ashlesha. I think you have covered in great detail what are the benefits, and the best one was that the expertise is readily accessible for even for a medical student who is first year, so he can directly communicate with someone who is so senior on the WhatsApp group. And also it is kind of asynchronous kind of a learning that is happening at your own convenience. So in the night when you see, you can just go through the messages and you can learn a lot. So those are great points. I think in the interest of time, I'll just move to the last slide, and I would like Dr. Amit to come in here, especially because let us hear from him, like what is coming next for the DoctorsAI and Indian College. Of course, I would like to say that we should all stay curious, stay connected, be part of communities like DoctorsAI, BrainX. There are many others out there. You just go online and you can search. If you have any problem, just reach out to me and I'll let you know a few. Just begin your journey. Start exploring, start engaging, start evolving, and just join the future. That means there's no way that you can sit on the sidelines and still be a part of it. You have to come inside, you have to start somewhere. We have given you some tips, maybe we have been able to provide you some insights of how to get started, even if you are a beginner. So I ask Dr. Amit. Dr. Amit, what are you most excited personally about in the next phase of Doctors and ICIM, and how can more medical professionals get involved with our community? So to you, Dr. Amit.
Thank you so much, Avneesh, and a brilliant job by the team so far. And I think all of you have covered the entire spectrum of the journey of the DoctorsAI community and the Indian College of Artificial Intelligence in Medicine. Before I give you a highlight about what's coming next and where do I headed next, especially for Piyush and the team BrainX, I mean, this is a realization, and I would like to share with the community out here today. There's a two very important realization that we have through this journey of DoctorsAI. One is artificial intelligence in medicine and for healthcare professionals is probably not the same as it is for the engineers. The viewpoint with which a clinician needs to look at it will be quite different and with quite nuanced use cases. The second realization is we would not want to teach medical professionals artificial intelligence the way you teach conventional AI to an engineers. You would want to teach them in a different way. So, when we started the journey of DoctorsAI and we started with our workshops, and Avneesh, myself, Om, and some of us used to conduct workshops, the biggest strength that we realized in the workshop was that we are the teachers. We are the people who are teaching, and we are teaching through the lens of a clinician. That makes a lot of a difference. That makes the adoption much stronger. That makes the individual relate to the clinical context and the technicality of the AI in a much more nuanced way. And I think that was one of the key factors. So, when somebody is structuring a course, somebody is trying to teach AI through a workshop, through a primer, through a certificate course, through advanced learning, through a datathon, something which Piyush does, and I would love to learn, how he does that. I think it's very important that the clinician in the loop is involved as the educator who is teaching that. So that's an important thing. The second important part, and trust me, Piyush and the team out here, we're still figuring this out. And it's not an easy thing to figure out, is what exactly to teach and how much to teach to the doctors. We don't have any guardrails. We don't have any university guidelines to tell you exactly how much to teach. When we were structuring the certificate course, especially myself and the program director, myself as the post director, we had to brainstorm a lot in trying to filter out, how much to teach to the doctors and what exactly to teach them. So I think these are the two very important realizations, and the success and the adoption of artificial intelligence in healthcare or in medicine is going to largely depend upon how we will be able to shape the AI education in our medical professionals. So one is bring in AI for medical education. I think that's going to come in very well. Our students are quite adaptive to this acceptance of AI, in the medical education part, using AI for learning. Teaching AI to the medical professional is a completely different ballgame. And we have to evolve with a strategy of doing that, keeping in mind their busy schedule, keeping in mind their overburdened curriculum. If you're teaching to a medical student, it would possibly be in a different way. If you're teaching to a practicing physician, it would be in a different way. So that was what we did in DoctorsAI. So then people started asking me, why the Indian College of Artificial Intelligence in Medicine? And I still remember Ashlesha smiling. I mean, she was the first person asking me, why a separate college? So that was the second realization that came to me over this whole journey of 2.5 years, is that it's no longer AI in healthcare, Piyush. It's no longer AI in medicine. It's AI in dermatology. It's AI in psychiatry. It's AI in critical care. It's AI in diabetology. And each of the AI is different from one another. And each of the AI needs to be practiced just the way we practice our specialty. Each of these AI need to be learned. They need to be practiced. They need to be researched in the wavelength of the specialist, in the wavelength the particular specialty is practiced. So that's why we came up with this context of the Indian College of Artificial Intelligence in Medicine. And now we have Professor Kulkarni leading as the Dean, Ashlesha as the Secretary, Avneesh is there as the Chief Advisor. And we now have a Dean's Council that will be setting up the curriculum of how we are going to structure not just AI in healthcare education, but AI in specialty education. That's more important. How we are going to play with the data and then transform that learning into some kind of a hardcore research which the members of the college can carry out. So we are planning to bring out faculty leads, individuals of the specialties who are now trained on artificial intelligence. Most of them have acquired certification from our courses or from elsewhere, and they will be leading not just educational activity in their own specialty through the college, but also on individual research projects. And that, like Avneesh, what he said, that we have already undertaken a particular project with the faculty lead at pediatrics, and Dr. Deepak is leading there. And we have the whole involvement of the Indian Academy of Pediatrics and physicians from them coming in, collaborating with us on a particular project, which is led by a few entrepreneurs from the IITs. And more so to come. So that's what's coming up in the future. So we are looking at starting on individual research projects on individual specialties, start some validating model. And again, I always get inspired whenever I look at Piyush. I feel he's like a person who's been always vouching so strongly about validation of the AI tools by the clinicians, having a real world validation. So every time I call him to speak, and invariably I'm biased of giving that topic to him because I believe, he's at the forefront of teaching that to everyone. So I really thank him for bringing that thing out there. And we have adopted the validation model that you have published. We have actually adopted in one of our work, and more so we will be continue to be doing work on those terms. What is for DoctorsAI? So for DoctorsAI, we are now trying to reach out to a larger community. So we are at the moment a community of 2,500 to 3,000 medical professionals on the social network, LinkedIn, WhatsApp group. And going forward, we want to expand this not just in the country, but beyond. So we are looking at members joining us from across the globe. This cohort of the certificate course of artificial intelligence in medicine itself has got participants from the Middle East, from France, and I think we have representation from South Africa and Australia as well, who has joined us in this cohort of ICAIM. And this should ultimately translate, as we continuously say, that it's continuous medical education. So it's the update hour, it's our web hour that we do every month, it's our journal club, which is now being dedicatedly conducted by the Indian College of Artificial Intelligence in Medicine. So these fragments of learning should eventually culminate into the DoctorsAI Global Summit, which is now going to be held in November. And last year we had a fantastic summit with 1,200 delegates and about 100 plus faculties. And we were happy to have a keynote from Piyush, from Harvey, and some of the other folks that I can see who have joined in here. This year we're going live and in person in Bengaluru. And I promise everyone that this is going to be one of a kind event, because possibly for the first time in India, this is going to be an AI event by the medical community. We have had many AI events in the country which have been led by the technology community, none by the medical community. So there is a separate excitement, there is a separate curiosity, is exactly what are the doctors going to talk about AI? I mean, how much of AI do they know and how much of AI do they going to be talking about, and how can we get into that ecosystem? So it's a buildup of a whole new ecosystem. But I believe this ecosystem is here for good. This ecosystem is here for better patient care, for better practice of medical care, to elevate the standards of care, and also to help our technology friends out there, our startups, our bootstrappers who've been working so hard, over the years of developing a product, getting it licensed, getting it validated, and then making it available for the care providers. So I think this is a collective effort that we need to put in. And at DoctorsAI, we believe that we have to be the engine force, because we have to create the need gap, but we have to make sure that everybody in the ecosystem is taken care of. So I think it's a great start, and always and always with BrainX, we're always there, and we're so happy to collaborate with Piyush and the team and with all our counterparts in the Western world and other parts of the world as well. And we believe strongly that together we can actually revolutionize medicine in its true term. That's why the theme of the meeting that we will be doing this year is AI in healthcare, real revolutionary, and responsible. Yes, back to you, Avneesh.
For summarizing it so well and for giving the complete picture. And I think no better ending thoughts could be there than that. And with that, I would like to thank all Professor Kulkarni sir, Dr. Ashlesha, Dr. Amit for joining us, Piyush for inviting us, and to be able to present in front of BrainX community. With that, I hand over back to Piyush to maybe take some questions or for some open discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that is this has been a very exciting session, and hopefully it gets everybody started in their journey. And again, as a reminder, BrainX Community, just like DoctorsAI, we are partners in this. We provide a whole host of resources for you to get started or move forward in your journey for AI in healthcare. And I think there are numerous questions related to what can I do to get started. I saw somebody's question related to I'm an undergrad, somebody's question related to data set and all. These communities, these platforms, which didn't exist till a few years ago, are the ones which are supporting you and providing you. So the first step is make a decision and get engaged, and that's why we wanted to feature DoctorsAI and all the leadership over here. And the next step is to get started after setting a goal with something. That's the important part of that. Just get started with something and it will evolve for you. A lot of people still worry about programming. They're still so focused on programming. And I want to tell you, as physicians, our, our big value is in ensuring, just like what Dr. Dey said, in responsible AI adoption in healthcare. We have to make sure that it is effective, it's efficient, and it serves both our patients and the healthcare professionals. So that is a huge space that is wide open. The technologists are already developing these models. There are numerous healthcare professionals who are already working with them, so get engaged with them. But also the validation aspect. So just like you get engaged in randomized control studies for drugs and devices, you don't necessarily get involved in the design of the drug or the device, but you get engaged in the validation studies. At least get involved in those. There are numerous opportunities over there, and ensure that whatever AI product is going to be delivered to us, it is the right fit for healthcare. So with that, I'm going to end this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the DoctorsAI leadership over here. And thank you to all the participants for joining us. Please follow our communities, join them, and hopefully they can help you keep you on your journey for success. Take care.